Uh, Good morning. So it's a Friday, a very amazing day, by the way, because everyone loves Friday, right? Anyway, this is GP card. Uh, Price yesterday closed with a very nice pin bar. And what do you expect when you see a pin bar in the daily time frame? It's a pin bar, price buys, pin bar, price should buy. Okay? Pin bar, price buys, pin bar, price buys, pin bar, price sells by later buys. And we had this one, so it's most likely to but um but I want you to see it at the point where you expect change in the market. Pin bar, price buys. Mm, Pin bar, price sells, you see? So this should show us that because of this pin bar at the level and it's been playing out since this point. So pin bar price sold, if I again give pin bar. So now we expect price to buy. Okay? Remember, like I told you, this week has to be filled. So the same price filled this pin bar this week was filled. This one also has to be filled. Then if price fills this week and still decides to close bearish, then we are most likely going to be selling this trade. Okay? So in this case, we are still buying. GBP LG price made a bullish 10. No, no, no. There's no bullish 10. Price is still bearish by the way. I was just confused at there. So the 4 hour is bullish. And you remember when we were bullish, I was telling you each price has to make a bearish 10. So it can sell. No, I think if I'm a scalper and upon seeing this engulfing, I would have scalped this trade though. Let me try to see this. Upon seeing this engulfing, hmm, I would have just simply waited for price to give me something to play with. But in this case, I can see the 5 minutes won't clear. Let me see the 15 minutes. Yeah, I've been the 15. But this is a very nice scalp. Knowing that price will buy is is very much. Oh, would have been used the 1 hour if wanted. price shifted. No, so it's the 30 minutes. Yeah, I would have used the 30 minutes. Right? And buy. But with the limit that we only close the trade once price closes above this engulfing because we know it will come back and shift. And can clearly see that's what's happening. So now I'm waiting for a shift and next week I'm likely selling this trade. AD card, what's the price there? I told you price will still pull back at this level. Okay? And Saka is my new pivot, but if I was to get an engulfing now, I would still sell. But I'll be paying closer attention to this trade. Okay? Because I know there's too much potential of this sell playing out. NZD card, mm, we missed our entry, which was supposed to be here. And price tested my pivot as well and give out this engulfing. I see. My entry was supposed to be in my stop loss here. Even though price came back at this zone, you can see price still gave out that bullish momentum, you see? But that time I was still formulating, trying to see if the pivots really worked. So I kind of delayed, but this, I mean, my entry right here. But anyway, since it ended up making a lower low, still wait for price to come back here. If not, I'll adapt. That's how the day will close. Hmm, GPUSD. Oh, price has just been buying ever since it broke above this level. That's why I'm shocked why GP had is not following these footsteps. But right now they've been out the trade long time. Mhm. For this one, I'm still waiting on the shift. Okay. I don't know. I'll see you at 12. Uh, to the market. Yeah. So first of all, is S&P 500. Uh, this market has been bearish, right? So, excuse me, the daily time frame is very bearish. So the momentum went bearish, yes, I was expecting price to test the pivot, which it did, and the 4 was bearish. Uh, and the price was at this level. You can see this is where the 1 hour shifted. So this trade was a bit risky because the only way I can take a sell is at this point here. Just engulfing, then you can enter, right? So I didn't do anything. I wasn't even not looking at it at all. But this is the money. This is where the money was, guys. I don't know for some reason. I thought President Jemba, my people, for time frame, price came back to my pivot here. Give this engulfing. I just don't know why I didn't take this buy. I was waiting for price to close above this level. So I think I was supposed to buy and expecting price to close above this level. Yeah. Yeah, because the reason why I was even waiting is because there was this period here when price retested the pivot, gave an engulfing in the same day. So I was trying to see if price will break above and retest. And then this is what price ended up doing. Rubber. Skip on buying, kept on buying. Imagine if I enter this long. So, it's fine. You'll still find something like this in the near future, but that's pained me because I knew what this pair was trying to do. I knew it's trying to shift, and once the monthly closes bullish like this, we have to forget this pair will just continue buying. And I never planned on selling this fast when I entered the buy. And then, no, okay. By happened. uh, Next is US one. Price is still bearish. The weekly, I'm still bullish. The daily is now bullish. We finally closed above this level. So we can wait for this pivot to be respected now before we look for any long. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay. So, okay, so when price comes back here, then you can see what's in the 4 hour. And the good part is that 4 hour time frame will be bullish. So when price comes back here, will be bearish and we'll be waiting for a shift and for us to buy. Okay. Uh, Not really a bad trend though. Yes. Also got the chance here. Just can see, though the day was bearish, but you can see after the shift of the pivot, price tested, came back here, but then price broke out at this level. So this can be a buy. Same with Bitcoin, with waiting price to break outside here. Because if I say let me wait for price to break and retest, it won't happen since the pivot has already started playing out, okay? And that's the trade right there. So you can see that it's aligning with everything. Just need patience, okay? And very soon we'll be playing around with these trades like they are they are one of us. Okay? Uh and this is my problem. Yeah, so this is what we are. Price came back here, but finally again I got the pin bar on the lower time frame, which I don't know what price is now looking for, you know. We just need now is this forward time frame that leads to new session. This is what will happen. Okay? Since we got this pin bar, we expect a bullish momentum, which is this way. Okay. Remember, I told you the price action we saw in AUD will play out in this trade. And once price just does this, once price just break above this level, trust me, once we get this push, once we just get this push closing above this line here, uh, above this line, the very nice start for us. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for. Don't worry about this price trying to sell a bit, still fine. We still have leverage of this rejection. So this is nice so that when price does that, it will have already rejected before it buys, okay? So once we just have price closing above this level, expect massive buys, okay? Yeah, I guarantee that. Yeah. With 30, remember this trade we were playing with, though the daily was bearish, I told you the others will just do this and wait for price to break below, uh, test and give an entry, then sell. And this is what happened. Price broke below this, it broke outside. When price broke outside, the enter, which will stop above this level. Enjoy the trade. Once 100. Daily is bearish. But the weekend? Huh? So now, what am I supposed to do? Hmm? This case, what am I supposed to do? Remember, this is a buying trade pair, so especially if the daily can just sink off and close above this level, perhaps. But I really don't buy now. That's one chill. ZAR USD. This, I was waiting for an opportunity here. We just couldn't get it. I explained for you yesterday. So now price is broken past this level. And we can still benefit from it. Sure. to benefit from this game. Or even here, it depends, but this is the pivot, so price can come back here. Okay, come back here, keep that in mind. But again, it will depend on how the 4 will react when price is at this point. Okay, at this point. Because if we get that, then price is not likely coming back down here. And it will show us in the 4-hour time frame. I don't need to use the lower time frame now. Because this trade I was supposed to catch it, but and this was just the hard time frame. So it's a sign. Let's wait for the hard time frame to give us the direction. GBP finally I'm trading below this level. And if I can just get price to test this zone, give me an engulfing. Why not sell? Yeah. So this is what I will be looking for. Price to test back here, and then I can sell, right? That's it. And I can put my stop maybe above this level just to give chance for the market above this resistance, right? Right, it's all the same. So waiting for that. Like I told you, don't worry about this push price just trying to shift, and you've seen price doing that. So now you need that push up. Next is AD card. I was looking for sales. So you see, just because price didn't give me the final adjustments I needed to buy, I've saved myself from this trend. Yeah, because now price is back at my entry and the power is bearish, bullish now, meaning price also it wants to sell, needs to give me that high and the shift so I can start for the sales. Okay. The daily time frame is also ruining the trade because it's now closed with an engulfing possibly. But the day is still going, so we can still expect any miraculous change in any pair. Yeah. NZD card price hasn't come back here in that time, so just wait. If it plays out, then if not, we missed this trade. Yeah, because we're supposed to trade based off this point being retested, but didn't do what we needed. So anyway, USD price has just been buying relentlessly. So I think we can try to like update this. What pains me is that I knew that once price breaks above this level, it's never coming back. Yeah. But this was out of session also, so I think I'll try to go through. Sometimes you happen to see trades play out in the time when it's inconvenience and price continue buying. So anyway, still in the market, so GP Euro GBP is the only one that I'm waiting for price to come back here, and it will. Don't mind this push. Price is just playing with your mind. It's still going to come back and sell here. Okay. Possibly today we might even have a close right around this level. NZD USD Just after price testing the pivot, giving us entry price has been flying, but it's not none of my business this week. Eurocard, if we get the engulfing here, price will buy. Okay. Evidently, we didn't get any entry this point. This was supposed to be our entry, but I know I learned. ADJPY price has gone almost bullish, but I was still bearish. So if price breaks below, still can take the sell. ADS, do you remember what I was telling you yesterday? If we can just get one engulfing, and this thing will buy. You see what happened? Price gave the engulfing, but the time this thing happened was around midnight. So, like I told you, things are happening even at time frames that I don't trade, and you can see what price did. A very nice trade, straight trade, which has given me my 1 to 2 by now. Okay, so we'll see Euro USD, nothing yet. AD USD card, nothing yet. USD JPY price has retested my pivot, given me my engulfing entry, stop loss. But if you want at this point, but just to be safe, you can put around this level. Just depends with how you feel really. Yeah. So this can be your entry. So I'm just trying to speculate on this one. Yeah. As well as you can see also, this happened at the time when I went trade around 4 a.m. I think. Yeah. So all these things are things I'm trying to work on. If I have to wake up every 4 hours, I don't know. Okay, that's it for now. Yeah, so welcome back guys. We stopped with we did actually get stopped there. It's just that how can I say this? My uh my swap, at this level price was already ranging with the amount I risk per week almost. Okay, so that's why I just had to close because it took days, and the longer this trade took, the more charges I used to get, the longer I held. So at this point, I just had to close. Uh, well, just to avoid those swaps, but this trade is still very much alive. You can't really say it's dead. The only thing that's left is for forward to shift here. And if the forward can shift at this point and price can retest, why not we enter? Okay, because it's mostly always at the same point. So price can have this for us. Yeah, then I can enter, but for now, just accept just accept the loss. Is it bad? 10 years, very bad, especially we waited for so long on the price to do this. Okay. But it's fine, it's part of this January joy. The same way I'm feeling now is the same way I should feel when I do this. That's the game of where price work and uh and just this time Prince said not to do what we wanted, and I knew if you don't get this dolphin, I told you here, then price is most likely going to make a lot, which it does, but this is still fine if we didn't enter this trade because now what you're looking at is a lower high, a lower low. When if price breaks above, you still get another entry and stop loss minimize, and then you can capitalize off that. You see. So what I'm going to do is, I think what you can do, uh, put emergency alert at this point. Yeah. The only thing that might not hurt me, but that might just uh destroy my risk to reward. My risk to reward rate is if this thing ends up breaking with this same buy, because I closed price wasn't yet that my exact 1%, was at least at 0.95. Yeah, because of the charges. So if the broker had never gave me swaps, I'll still be holding this pair, guaranteed. Okay. But let's see how price moves this new direction, okay? And then we can, can base our intention of that. But I think this might be something for uh next week against the let's let you have that, okay? Isn't it had uh first thing we just here we missed out on this. Wait, did you miss out here? No, I didn't really miss out. Price just didn't give us what we needed. GBP USD missed out on this by the Euro GBP uh, price was having a lower low. Oh, lower high, now it's coming back. Look at this GPA, the price has shifted, doesn't give me the replacement and keep selling. This is the only thing that keeps me up at night is when I wait for everything to take place and price starts to do the last. Simple as say, give me that retest, guys. So in this case, it still remains I'm waiting for price to come back here. Okay. Always the price keeps on climbing. Yeah, yeah, this level next week. So, NZD USD, uh, price still buying. So we've spent at least a third of this month just holding a trade. This is 3 weeks trade on the second week. No, this is the third week because I entered on Friday last month. Yeah, actually the third week and then price ends up doing this. So most of you think, why did you close when it was at 2.7? No, the minimum is 3, remember. So even if it costs us this much, it's fine. Yeah, stick to it because if this was a winning trade and I closed at 2 and I watched this trade go to 5, I would be sad. Right? So let's choose your point, your side, and accept the risk. Sometimes might hit, sometimes might not hit. That's fine. Yeah, but when it hits, we laugh very much.
So same with NZ, the Euro card price is back at this level. So again, you can apply the same analogy I'm just showing you. The 0 time frame is even big clear. You can see that price is bearish. The P said and shoulder, but the price breaks above it breaks above will be in by okay. Mm, ADLD. Mm, then, yeah, so I think that's it. Now update you at 8 for they have the close. So we have to do all we do every day. Yeah. So don't worry, we're still alive. Only thing we need is to see price shifting in and then see what we can. But for now, just take the hit and take a loss. Because either way, this is my stop loss. So I'm already stopped up. You see why I just add a few tips to the stop, just maybe five, four to just avoid things like this, you see. So if it was a zero charge trade, I might still be like, man, we'll see how market responds after this, okay?
Uh, this is what we got today. It's been a very nice week. We fought our way with the market, though fortunately we lost. So it's been a very good run, though. So this is how the trade is looking, by the way. Didn't hit my stop just because of my spread. My my swap I had to close in it, so it was almost approaching my 1%. Because if it approached my 1%, I would have lost way more than the 1%. Okay, so the thing is clear. This price, this trade is way very tradable still. The only thing that's left is just wait for how the Monday candle respond. If we can have an engulfing on Monday above this level, or if I can just wake up to an engulfing, whether it's uh whether it's 1 a.m. candle, the 8 a.m. candle, we enter this trade because it's still playing out. I just closed because of the swap kept on getting higher. Okay. And I know if on Monday we can have an engulfing here or price trading above this level, then I'll know price is likely going to buy. Okay. And so don't worry about this. We're still, we're still in the game. We're still in the game. Now, still in the journey. Next is NZD card. So this is where I'll be interested in since at this point where I was very much interested price uh came back here, but the problem is the four looked as if it was shifted on the other broker, which is Oanda, but still if I follow this one was still bullish and price came to this pivot and then on the pivot gave me this engulfing. My entry would have been here, but still I was in that trade, you see? But still, that's fine. You can see that where we are now is a very nice spot for us to continue. You can see lower lows, lower high, high now. Price is now made the high, 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 low, high, high. Every test of this pivot, any engulfing, we can enter. You see? GBPAUD price is now selling below, which is very fine, but we're now going to be expecting a retest of this pivot next week if price wants us to sell this trade. But I still would want to very much participate in this trade. I like how clean it is. And I told you we will soon get this engulf. It's just that unfortunately it happened to be a long candle. This is one thing that you can't avoid in the market sometimes, okay? You wait for everything, but then the waiting end up being a long candle. So, it's just part of the game though. There's nothing you can do. Okay. Then next is Euro GBP. Still waiting for price to be trading below these levels, as you can see. Then you can catch this sell. If I can put here or there, still makes no difference. Yeah, so we'll be looking for that to happen. Mhm. Then the ones that are just way off market is AUD pad and GBP USD. GBP I can also look for buys, but I need to analyze this more with you tomorrow. Okay? I need to analyze. But the good part is we've broken past this daily level, so sorry. All we just need is price to come back here and then just have that just that pre-shift, like the one we had here, just there's major shift and then price continue buying. Okay. You know, this trade would have already cashed out profits. The only thing is I don't know how the GPP failed to buy because since this point I was in that trade, meaning if this trade really just wanted to buy, price would have moved all the way up there. But by the look of things here, I can clearly see that price is just trying to build momentum. But once this trade flies, trust me, it's going to reach all the way to this level. Trust me. So I'll be looking at this trade even next week, especially that now I can see we're having a potential head and shoulder. We have the left head. So hopefully we can have the break. Once we get that break, and can trade, no? Okay. Uh, I think that's it for this week. That's it for this week. I really have nothing else. And the rest will just go through tomorrow at 8. And we'll see how we can take it from there. But it's been a very good week. I enjoyed the trades, I enjoyed the markets, I enjoyed every single bit session I had with myself. Hoping one day you guys will watch. I enjoyed the momentum, the ups and downs, all that. I enjoyed it because it's what I do, you know. So let's see what next week brings us. But tomorrow we'll continue with the same thing, continue with the analysis, still in the grind, still in the lab, working on ourselves day and night until we finally reach our goal. Okay, so that's it for today, and have a nice weekend or nice Friday. I don't know what you'll be doing by now in the year you watch this, but yeah.